welcome to your energy update through tarot. This is your energy update for the coming week, beginning the 25th of August 2024. Although it has to be said that the messages that come through are timeless. So whenever you come across one of these readings, you understand your higher self has led you there for the right reasons, for the right message at the right time, for the right reasons. I think that's how it works. But anyway, so we're looking at this week ahead, and we are in the sun sign of Virgo. So I'm already feeling a shift in that energy, but then Virgo is my sun sign, so I'll be celebrating that. If you haven't already seen the messages for the month of August, link in the description, video in the end screen. That was all about the power of your intuition and following your intuition, maybe listening to other people, not ignoring everything, but just feeling what resonates and what doesn't resonate, because that resonance is your intuition telling you what to take on board and what not to take on board. And with a little mention that what we choose not to take on board, best not to judge it. It's just not in resonance with you. It's been quite a busy week, actually, video-wise. So last week's video was about if you want to realize real change in your reality, then we need to focus. We need to, our commitment to creating the new needs to be greater than our attachment to the old. That was a very clear message. If you haven't already seen that, link in the description, video in the end screen. Other videos I've done this week, I did one with the lovely Liz Nagle. We got inspired to talk about our respective aha moments that we've had over the summer. Mine was about observing, putting ourselves in observer mode, watching what's going on, observing what's going on in the human experience, but actually detaching, and how we can actually create that feeling of detachment, that sense of detachment, more by not using pronouns. And so I called it dropping the pronouns, but keeping the I am, which of course is a pronoun. Because Liz's aha moment was about the energy and frequency behind the words I am. And she goes into a depth on what her realizations have been. It's us musing really over our realizations over the summer, as always with me and Liz, looking for clarity, bouncing off each other, ideas and stuff like that. But we often have these chats, and it's nice sometimes we get inspired to record them. So link in the description, video in the end screen for that one as well. And another video that I did this week was I added to my series, Lessons in Awakening. If you're new to my channel and you're not aware of this series, then go to the homepage of this channel and check out the Lessons in Awakening. It was number 23 that I did this week. So there's quite a few there now. And this one was about how the human experience is governed by frequency. So a lot of people are like, oh, this happened to me, or I manifested this, or, very involved, obviously, with the human experience, but looking at it from an energy perspective, and looking at it from a frequency perspective, understanding that the human experience is completely governed by frequency, our frequency, and of course the frequency of our thoughts, our emotions, our trapped emotions, and our level of love for ourselves, all sorts of things. And of course I used Dr. David Hawkins' map of consciousness in that video. So I'll put a link in the description, video in the end screen. I'm not sure, I think I already have too many videos for the end screen, but anyway, you can find the link in the description for that. So coming into Virgo season Virgos are known for work and health and diet. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's a good time to focus on our diets, especially after a summer of maybe socializing or a summer of celebrating, being on holiday, letting yourself go a little bit, or it could be a summer of ice cream. I don't know. But either way, Virgo helps us focus on our nutrition and our physical health, and also work. What are we doing work-wise? What we want to do work-wise? What inspires us work-wise? No, I said what inspires us work-wise, and that card came out. Can't see it, it's face down. But anyway, oh, now they all want to come out. So yeah, interesting, Virgo. Anything else I need to say? I don't think so. We have 3 cards so far, and I think that's it. Oh, no, that one wanted to come out. So let's see how we get on. First one, interesting. I pulled the card just before pressing record, just to get a feeling for what's going on. And this was the card that came out. So no surprises that it's come out first here as well. And yes, I think this is really relevant. A lot of people have been feeling the effects of the landscape portal, the astrology for this week. I'm recording this on Friday, the 23rd, and the astrology for this week from the full moon on Monday, the 19th. And these last few days have been really intense, but I feel like they've kind of been conclusive in some way. I think they've kind of rounded things off. It's almost a bit like the end of the summer kind of thing. Hopefully here in Spain, it will coincide with a little drop in temperature as well. Because this card is about the wounded healer. But this card is about feeling tired, feeling exhausted, feeling drained. But because it's wands, that's physical action in the physical world. So I take it as in feeling physically drained. And he's got that kind of bandage on his head. He's just maybe got headaches still. Recently, there was a video, the update was all about ascension symptoms and not having resistance to them and allowing them, because it is your body upgrading. It's your body purging what isn't serving you. Okay, you're not ill, you're not sick, you're not unwell. Your body is releasing what isn't serving you. And of course, that will have symptoms attached, whether it be headaches or digestive issues, cough, whatever symptoms, achy, tiredness, lots of tiredness, lots of exhaustion. But physically, so the message with this card is to dig deep into your spiritual reserves. Find your energy from your spiritual connection. Because if you're trying to push energy where it doesn't want to go, and you're in a contracted state, you're using up physical energy. Whereas when you're connected to the divine and you are allowing, I love the word allow, and you are releasing resistance, as in you're not making yourself do things, it's the thoughts, it's our thinking that makes us tired, really, because, we think, this is really hard work, or, I really don't want to be doing this. Well, if you don't want to be doing it, you've got resistance to it, and that's tiring. One of the things I learned this summer through the symptoms that I was experiencing is that our resistance to everything, our resistance to the experiences that we're having, is really tiring. It's really tiring when you can release that resistance and just allow. And of course, it involves releasing limiting beliefs, because we always think that we should be doing. That's why he's exhausted, because he thinks that he should be doing all the time. And also, he's a wounded healer. So there's a little reminder here. A lot of you watching this will be healers. I'm aware of that. And understanding that we heal others when we heal ourselves. And we heal ourselves when we help others heal. And there might be a little message here about, we're not really healing anybody, are we? We're just helping them heal themselves by sharing our stories, sharing our inspiration, sharing our knowledge, sharing our understanding. It can help people have aha moments, and it can help people, take on some new habits, maybe, help people realize things. But ultimately, of course, all healers, all they're doing is facilitating others to heal themselves. Because obviously, we can't heal people that don't want to be healed, right? So it's not us at all, is it, doing anything? It's just us maybe opening the door, maybe just holding space for other people, maybe just sharing some wisdom that they need to hear in order for them to have that aha moment, or that resonance with doing something different, letting go of something, or adopting a healthier habit or something like that. And the realizations, of course, in themselves are healing, right? Because it's the realizations that raise your awareness. Raising your awareness expands your level of consciousness. Expanding your level of consciousness takes you further up that chart. And so, yeah, and then you start resonating with higher frequency, more loving experiences, more loving people. And we know how it works right now. So this card is coming up as a reminder that a lot of people are still exhausted. They might be going back to work, or, back to a routine. Maybe the kids are going back to school, and it's, back to the usual routine. Maybe, but even if whether you've been working all summer or enjoying yourself, it's tiring, right? So there's a little reminder here to look after yourself and to not push yourself. I've been getting this message a lot lately as well, because I really thought there'd be loads of events in September at the garden retreat, but actually I'm getting the message to go poco poco. And I think October is when we're going to really get the ball rolling again. We don't have to ask questions. We don't have to think about it with our left brain. We don't have to put any mental processes on it. Just feel. That's what he's doing. He's feeling into it. The reason he's exhausted is because he's pushed himself physically, and he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to, because his energy can be sourced through his connection with source. Okay, so time out. As always, stillness is the access point to acceleration. There's always this message, isn't there, about if you want to hurry up, then slow down. It sounds like a paradox, but it is so true, because you slow down, tune into you, release all resistance, release all those beliefs that are telling you need to do something at a certain time, in a certain way, with a certain person, release all of that. And trust, this is where trust is so important, because you think you're doing nothing. But this is the whole concept of being, is you think you're doing nothing. But in that state of beingness, is that a word? In that state of beingness, in that state of stillness, that's where divine action will come. And then you flow with that, until your actions become choiceless, effortless, joyful, So yeah, nice message. Don't believe everything you think. The fact that he's come on the heels of what I've just said, this is very much about stealing thoughts, so this is very much about running away. You see, swords are mental processes, so they relate to beliefs, ideas, and thoughts, and he's running away with them. So this is a message about not running away with those thoughts that tell you, like, I thought, yeah, but I've got to be up and running in September. I've got to have loads of events in September. It's like, why? Is that true? Who said? The universe has got other plans. If there's one thing I've learned in the last few years, it's that the universe has plans for us, and they are very often not the plans that our human mind has. What is that? expression that says, nothing makes God laugh louder than a human with a plan. And this has really been coming up a lot for me lately, because we hear a lot about people talking about the law of attraction, manifesting your desires, and it's usually related to creating material wealth, or a certain, I don't know, six-figure salary, or it's very materialistic. This, I want to manifest something material. We hear that quite a lot, but actually we have to think about where that desire comes from. Because if that desire is coming from your ego, you want a six-figure salary, or you want a yacht, or you want, what are you trying to manifest? A bigger house? If your reason for wanting to manifest it is egoic, then don't be surprised if you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? And if you do get it, you'll get probably a load of spiritual lessons along the way that, told you that you didn't really need it, if that makes sense. So it's not about manifesting what our human desires. I think this is a really important point. It's about getting the human mind out of the way, running away with thoughts. That's what the human mind does, runs away with thoughts. And it's about getting the human mind out of the way, all those beliefs out of the way, so that the divine, it's all orchestrated. Your soul has a desire. Your soul's desires is your destiny. You have a destiny. Your soul has chosen certain experiences and certain spiritual lessons. We incarnate into situations that give us the opposite of what our soul wants us to do. And the reason for that is so that we can learn what it is that our soul wants us to do. If we were already born with it, we wouldn't see it as a soul desire, would we? So it's kind of really important. And it's almost like we're swimming upstream, but sometimes that's how it feels, until you realize, oh my God, I can just stop and allow the divine to flow through me. And then what your soul wants you to do will just become so joyful and exciting that you won't be able to not do it. You won't be able to not do it. That's the state we want to get into. Because that way, everything is a joy. Everything flows. Everything falls into place. Everything is effortless because there's no resistance. There's no resistance. And we don't know what's coming. I mean, some people might do if they're reading the energy and stuff like that. But, we don't know what's coming. So what are you trying to manifest? It's best to let go of all of it and allow your divinity to flow through you, because it's your divinity, right? So there is no question that you're going to enjoy it, because that's the whole point. We get most enjoyment from doing the things that our soul wants us to do. I mean, that was part of the plan, right? And that was part of the plan to help us get to where we're meant to be, was by making it so fun. And so it's going to be more fun than manifesting that six-figure salary, or that yacht, or that big house, or whatever it is. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the spiritual teacher. Major Arcana card. Yeah. This is about, the message of this card was to dig deep into your spiritual reserves. And so he has come to say, yeah, this human experience might be a physical one, but that doesn't mean that we energize it from our physical body. We energize it from the divine. Our physical bodies are the mouthpiece of our soul's true self-expression. So we use the physical body in expressing our soul's desires. But if you feel like you're pushing energy where it doesn't want to go. If anything's a struggle, you know, these people, you've got to work hard, no pain, no gain. I mean, this is so the opposite of like, it really doesn't have to be a struggle. But we weren't brought up to believe that. We were brought up to believe you had to work really hard, and that we had to accumulate materialism and material wealth. And you know, your future doesn't lie in your bank account. Your future lies in your frequency. And doing what you love raises your frequency. So you're actually going to create greater abundance for yourself by not working hard. That's what he's telling me. And he's a spiritual teacher. There's also a little message here about the 7 Hermetic Principles. I will put it in the description again, because I think it is so valuable to understand how we create our reality. I will also put in a link to my video on how we create our reality, because I think it is just so important to understand what is, you know, what is the underlying cause of our human experience. I mean, the video I did this week was, you know, your frequency. Your frequency is the underlying cause of your experience. So if you have positive experiences, then that's part of your positive emotions, your self-love being reflected back to you. But we all have a lot of trapped emotions that also want to come up for acknowledgement, and they get reflected back to us when the time is right, for us to acknowledge them. And that could be anger, fear, anxiety, grief, all sorts of things, pride. So we need to understand how we create that, so we don't go around pointing fingers at the outside world, because remember, the outside world is a reflection of you. It's the second of the 7 Hermetic Principles, the principle of correspondence, as within, so without. So it is about understanding that. And when we do have negative emotions coming up, which is totally normal, because there's this light coming in, purging. And so when the light comes in, the darkness comes out, right? And then you feel it a little bit, and you feel a little bit unsettled, because your energy, it's the bucket of dirty water analogy again. We had that recently, didn't we? When the light comes in, the clean water comes in and the dirty water comes out. So you feel that a little bit. But when you have these emotions, it's really just about honoring them, acknowledging them, allowing them, because the reason that they're trapped in the cells of your body is because we weren't allowed to express them, or we didn't allow ourselves to express them, whether it be anger or fear. You know, we didn't like the feeling, so we stopped it, but all we did was block the process. So you do have to feel it to heal it. You have to own it, acknowledge it, allow it, feel it, heal it. But you can do all of that just sitting in contemplation, and relaxing the physical body. It's very easy if you feel anger or fear. It's very easy to tense up, of course. This is a practice that I learned reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I'll put a link in the description to that as well. Might be time to give that one a read again. But just feel the emotion, and you'll probably feel it in some part of the body. Keep the physical body as still as possible, and just go into contemplation, and allow it. Give that emotion some love. You know, it's like it's been trapped in the cells of your body from childhood. Could be an inherited trapped emotion, could be a past life one, could be a recent one from a trauma that you've experienced. Doesn't matter. You know, we are the whole universe in one human being, right? You're not just a drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean in one drop. So you're not just a human being here in the universe, you're the whole universe in one human being. We're all connected, we're all one. So we don't need to, you know, be in denial about any emotions that we're feeling. Like, where did I get it from? Who did I get that from? You know, I picked it up from someone negative. It's like, no, it's yours, own it. But you may have, you are the collective. We are the collective. So there's no judgment to your human or your human's ego that you have a certain emotion in the cells of your body. It's not about judging the emotion. It is about allowing it, feeling it, and it can get quite intense. I've practiced this a few times and it can get quite intense. But then you feel it leave. And then there's this relief and peace and calm and tranquility. And you think, wow, you really helps you understand that that emotion is energy in motion. And that, like all energy, it wants to move in cycles. And it got stuck in the cells of your body. And it just wants to be acknowledged and felt. And you just have to allow it. You're not gonna feel it horribly for any length of time. You're really not, because it's the allowing and the honoring and the understanding and the love. Think of the level of self-love for yourself while you practice this. So you feel, I don't know, some anxiety. Close your eyes and feel it. Might be in the stomach. That's often where we feel anxiety, isn't it? Allow it. Allow it. Honor yourself. Honor your human experience. Love yourself. Love your human experience. And be silent. It does help. And let that go. No pointing fingers. No resistance. No judgment. Just love and understanding. Just love and understanding. Wow. You know what's interesting about that? The very last card is the sun. I feel really emotional about this. Sun's in Virgo. The sun's in Virgo. Horses, positive movement forward. There's the child. It's a rebirth. It's a rebirth. Especially for those of us born in Virgo. Look at the rays of that sun. The rays of the sun represent spiritual guidance. So this is clearly the card in tarot that has the greatest spiritual guidance. And this is the light. This is the light. This is the light that comes in when you allow, well, you let the light in, the darkness goes. We were just talking about anxiety leaving the body. It allows more light. The light comes in, whichever way it goes. The anxiety can leave and then light comes in, or light comes in and anxiety goes. Doesn't really matter. It's all happening at the same time, right? But allow the light, because you are the light. Your natural essence is that of a light being. I mean, I've got a video on you are a multidimensional energy being, but maybe I should do one on you're a multidimensional light being, because our chakras are actually light, right? That's why they're the colors of the rainbow. The rainbow is a reflection of light, right? But it's a reflection of different colored lights, because each light is a different frequency. And each frequency has a different sound, and it has a different purpose in our creation. That's why each chakra relates to a different aspect of our being. But we are created from the light of our chakras. That's the light coming in. Different frequencies, so they have a different color, a different tone, and a different purpose in our being. But we are light beings. And we block that with our own resistance to feeling the emotions and our thinking and our programming, the way we think things should be. So yeah, a little bit of learning some spiritual wisdom, which in my opinion, the most important is, how is the universe created? The universe is governed by frequency. Good timing then for the video I did this week. The human experience is governed by frequency. Understanding that really, really, really makes a difference. And it can allow more light, the sun. This is the most positive card in tarot. I think it's amazing. Wow. Yeah. I feel a real sense of peace with this card. And as I said, the sun is now in Virgo. My sun sign is Virgo. And as you have got to the end of the video, I would like to share my offering. I will be offering a free online via Zoom one-to-one tarot card reading for one lucky winner. And in honor of being in Virgo season. And for your chance of winning that free energy reading, tarot reading with me, all you need to do is comment on this video. It would be lovely if you could share it as well. If you know anybody who would benefit from the messages that come through, then please share it with them as well. I don't usually ask people to share, but if you've enjoyed it, you've got to the end, then please share it with anyone else that you think might enjoy it. Although that will increase or lessen your chances of winning the freebie, because I will be, in a few days' time, I will pick at random from the people that have commented on this video, and I will be in touch. So yes, make sure that you come back and check your comments, because I need to be able to answer whoever is the winner. I will comment underneath their comment, so you need to come back and check, or you need to at least leave me some way of contacting you, email address or your proper name or something like that. I've done this before and then not been able to get hold of people. So yes, for your chance of winning a free reading with me, then just comment under this video. Wow, I'm looking forward to this coming week. I really feel like it's time for a little bit more action, but he's come to remind us that we don't have to be all guns blazing, whatever the expression is. We could just go slowly, building up that momentum, processing, releasing the limiting thinking, processing the emotions, understanding the bigger picture behind our human experience, to allow more light into our lives, and to allow the light that we are, to flow through us, through our crown chakra, through our root chakra, through our heart, and then that will be reflected back to us, and that's how we create heaven on earth. Thank you for your contribution to creating heaven on earth. I love you all. Have a fantastic week. See you in the next video. Bye for now.